Hello, transforming our lives together. Once again, I'm coming live to you with a little bit of a tip on the topic today is let's talk a little bit about how we're eating and who we're being when we eat versus what we eat. In my experience as a body confidence coach and given my own journey, diets just don't work because largely they are focused on deprivation. We are driven in our habit loops by pleasure. That's how our habits are created. So if we don't have a pleasurable eating experience, then we are more likely to experience some challenges. So how do we create this experience? Hi, Ravina. Excuse me. Hi, Ravina. Good to see you too. So I tell you what, this is the thing. Did you know that digestion actually begins at the sight of the food, at the smell of the food, appreciating the texture? Smell and sight and the thought of food actually initiates gastric juices to start flowing to help prepare for digestion. And what this means for you is that much of the pleasure of eating is derived merely from the anticipation of the sensations, the textures, and the flavors of the food. Research has actually estimated that as much as 40% of your digestive response in a meal initiates with all of this before you actually start eating. So the brain needs to actually experience dining instead of eating so quickly and shoveling it down and not even being present with your food. How many of you eat in front of the television? You're on your telephone, you're eating on the go, you're driving, and not really focusing on the mindful experience of eating. That's what I'm talking about. So here's the catch, because if we eat too fast or absent-mindedly, the brain is going to literally interpret it as I'm not satisfied, I'm not full, and I'm still hungry, even if you've eaten a full meal. So, how do we become more aware and really enjoy the experience? Again, this is about who we are being and how we eat, not what we eat. And one of the techniques that I implement in my coaching program is called a 20-minute meal. A 20-minute meal, basically all you need is a timer, a pen, and a journal. And I'm not going to ask you to write down what you eat. We're just going to write down the experience we had with eating. How did it smell? What did it look like? What was the actual experience that you had in the eating? So here's how it goes. You can eat anything you want, and step one is check the clock before your next meal. Go ahead and eat your meal at a pace you normally would, and then clock it at the end of the meal and jot down how long it took you to eat that meal. Again, you're not writing down what you're eating. There's no shame in this. There's no bad. There's no good. There's no I ate all the right things. This is just eating whatever and timing it. Step two then is to increase that by 5 minutes the next meal from the last time, and document the meal time, when you started to feel full, maybe your mood while you were eating, any aha experiences you had while actually enjoying the experience of eating that food. And then step three is going to be to keep repeating step two with each meal until you get to a 20-minute meal. And document this each day in your special meal journal. Again, not documenting what you're eating, just the experience. And note at what time during the 20-minute meal you actually feel satisfied. And when you tip over to full, I want you to document that in your special meal journal. Many times, what you will experience is that you're full before your plate is empty. This is also learning how to honor the experience of being full. Most of us have no clue when we're really full because we just eat until the food is gone, the plate is empty, the bag is empty, whatever that is. So step 5 then is to make every meal for the next 7 days a 20-minute meal or longer. And invite your family into this process too. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there at the table by yourself because they're all going to be gone. So, hey, Joanne, good to see you here too. Thank you so much for being here. It's hard to kind of talk and see all who was here. Oh gosh, I see Karen, you're here too. Good to see you. Thank you for being here with me, and for those of you re-listening to the broadcast. So, this is all about the process of eating, not the result. So, a 20-minute meal, I've given you the tips. I'd love for you to share below. Have you ever tried this? Have you ever tried slowing down? Chewing your food, by the way. If you chew every bite until it's almost liquid, that'll help you slow it down. That will also aid digestion. And by the way, the more you can use the enzymes in your saliva to help digest your food, the less burden on your digestive organs. And here's the key for those of you wanting to lose weight, the less fat accumulation, because the body then will be able to use that food as energy versus storing it because it's so easily digested. So give it a try. Tell me below if you've ever tried it before, and after you've experimented with it, if you're willing to be vulnerable and share, how long did it take you to eat your dinner tonight? How many of you are going to time your dinner and see how long it takes you and work on the experience of eating and prolonging the experience so the brain can have a pleasurable experience of eating, and you will get to that place of satiety, fullness, satisfied, instead of that heavy, guilty, unpleasurable feeling of why in the world did I eat that again? Okay? Who's game? Thanks so much. I'll end there.